How is everybody doing today? Welcome to another solo edition of Weaponized Autism. Once again, I am your host, Chris, flying solo for the day. And my brother in Autism, Kason, will be back tomorrow afternoon. Hey, Kason, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We got some interesting ones to get to today. We've got some more Andrew Kahn. We've got a new video from Strider. We've got an update on the Johnny Somali situation. We've got some interesting videos to get to, and we have, if we got time for it, we've got a fresh video we've got a 2-week-old video of fails that I've been meaning to get to. And per Kason's request, we've got some Wesker and Friends to check out. And if we have time, we might do a Life of Kai video, another Life of Kai reaction to Cyrax, but it's also possible that will end up on tomorrow's stream. So I hope you've got your snacks and your sodas ready, and let's just go right in and dive into it. Starting with Andrew Kahn's video. I don't understand people like this. I don't understand people in general, Andrew, but let's go anyway.
In space, all this open space next to me right here, and they want to come sit dead next to me on the left right here. Am I supposed to get up and move? Am I supposed to be uncomfortable even though I was here first? Am I missing something right now? It's all this space right here. You gotta come get in my personal bubble?
What? What?
Bitch! Did you get any upload notifications from me today? I can't say that I have. Not today, at least so far. No, Kason, I can't say that I have yet.
Man, these people are all the way outside. How are they in your personal space?
Wait. I gotta look at that again.
In space, all this open space next to me right here, and they want to come sit dead next to me on the left right here.
What?
Next to me right here, and they want to come sit dead next to me on the left right here.
Did you just wake up and feel like you were just gripped by a burning desire to engage bitch mode today? And you're so fucking petty. Hey, Life of Kai! Welcome to the stream, brother. Hope you're having a great day, brother. Kason. What, Random Gamer? Welcome to the stream. Trying to simply say worries extinguished, but the AR moderation sees it as offensive. AI! You know that's why RAM is so expensive, right? Is because all the tech companies are buying up all the fucking RAM, which to support their AI startups. That's why RAM is so goddamn expensive right now. So you were live, so I had to come support you. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I hope to have time to get to your which Cyrax was it again? Oh, Cyrax calls out the cops. Very stupid. We're either going to be covering that video today, where it's just me, or we'll be covering it tomorrow when it's me and Kason. Thank you. Thank you for the 99 cents Canadian, Kai. Thank you very much. Ugh. Skrill Nemo. For real, man. For real. Keep up the great work. You as well. Man, Man, Cyrax is such an internet critter, is he not? He legit looks like he legit looks like patient zero for the T virus. And I'm probably just saying that because I just uploaded a Resident Evil video this morning, so I've got Biohazard on the brain. He is a cryptid, he really is. Chris Chan versus Cyrax. Dude, Chris Chan would whoop his ass so hard, it would be hilarious. I know there'd be... I don't know... Although I don't know really who would be the actual winner. I know there'd be two losers. Whoever loses the fight and everybody who watches it. Oh, lordy. So, let's get back to... He has a T-type variant in Resident Evil. Ooh! Oh no! Alright. A T-43. Oh. Whew. YouTube moderation finds it offensive that I'm telling people to subscribe to Kai's channel. Hey, everybody watching this, subscribe to Kai's channel. And YouTube, you can moderate these nuts. Anyway.
Am I supposed to get up and move? Am I supposed to be uncomfortable even though I was here first? Am I missing something right now? It's all this space right here. You gotta come get in my personal bubble?
What? What?
Where I come from, that's called cuntitis. That's what that is.
Man, these people are all the way outside. How are they in your personal space when they are outside? Huh?
Tell am I tripping? Am I tripping? Did we watch that at the same time happen?
Yes, you are tripping. You are.
Hey, Kai, I still appreciate the support, and I still respect. I still got plenty of respect for you. Cursed shaven Andrew.
you done tripped and failed, and you can't get back up. You do realize you're out in public, right? Public?
Yeah, she knows she's in public. That's why she's recording it in public, because she wants the attention. Because she ain't getting none of it at home.
If you didn't want people near you or around you, maybe you should stay at the house. Just stay at the house.
Black people cannot have shit. It's like we're not humans. It's like we don't have feelings. Because I'm telling you what, if they were sitting there in the corner and niggas like us, niggas with the chains and shit, niggas with the piercings and the tattoos and the fleek shit, oh, if I pulled up and sat next to you, your ass would be terrified.
What? If they was terrified of you, man.
If you come at me with that attitude, maybe. But at a glance, if I just see you with chains and tattoos, I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Because I've been around people with chains and tattoos, with the bling and shit. If you come at me with that attitude, bro, what is wrong with her? She woke up this morning and decided to be a cunt for breakfast. That's what's wrong with her. Wait, I can't even call her that because cunts provide people with actual pleasure.
What do you mean? Didn't they sit beside you in the first place? Ain't this what this all about? People like this I don't understand. They go out in public, they're like, why are people around me? Why?
For the clicks and the views and the rage comments so they can get engagement and boost their shit without having to do anything that actually warrants it.
But you guys, I've been to Turkey to do my teeth.
Oh no.
Ready to see it?
Oh,
Let me know
God.
what you think.
Smoking! Fucking gender swap mask looking ass. Somebody stop me! Ugh, I need to rewatch that movie. It's exactly 2 seconds before I hug your nose and put your underwear over your head. What in the cartoon Jim Carrey dish? Dude, Did you know Tubi's got the entirety of, I think it's the entirety of the Mask, the cartoon from the 90s. It's one of the shows that came on with all the Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera stuff they just got. Has all 4 RECG movies. I noticed that too. I sent that to my buddy Dom. So he's gonna. So whether he watches those movies or not is a different story, but. Ooh. Somebody stop me!
Nah. You dentists are y'all dead wrong for that one. Yeah, y'all dead wrong. Y'all don't give this poor girl damn oak tree chomper 3000s. Okay, this girl could go to her house right now and bite through her whole refrigerator because of what y'all did to her.
And Dom sent the meme you sent to me, which is why I need therapy even more. Okay, if you guys want to know what he's talking about, I will make a community post about it, because I saw 2 Resident Evil memes. One of them, my buddy Dom sent to me over Discord. The other, I found on Twitter. It is so fucked, and it's so... They're both so fucked and so beautiful.
Them things are so big, how's she supposed to close her little mouth? Huh? Now she's gonna be walking around here all dry-mouthed. Y'all got her so tore up, her eyes is all crossed up. Now she's trying to look for a new dentist as we speak. Just, should I go this way, that way? New dentist, I need one.
She got atrophy disease. One eye looking this way, the other looking that way. Of course, I found it on Twitter, yeah. And I think somebody clipped it from either 4chan or Reddit. She got blue eyes. One blue this way, the other blue that way.
Y'all did her dirty. Okay, let's just say that. Y'all did her dirty.
So dirty.
God
dang.
July.
Alright. This next one comes to us from Strider Kaysen. 1990s Resident Evil. AI generated courtesy, what could have been courtesy of our boy Strider. Let's fucking go.
July 1998. On the outskirts of Raccoon City, something went wrong. A special forces team vanished while investigating a series of brutal killings in the Arklay Mountains.
Why is she talking like that? Is she trying to seduce us? Apparently Duke needs to speak his mind to the neighbors right now. Hey! That fucking dog, I swear. Sounds like my past ex trying to convince me to get back with... Anyways.
Now, the surviving members of STARS are trapped inside with the truth. Some experiments refuse to die. Enter the nightmare.
How are you gonna pick Brendan Fraser for Chris? Older Chris, maybe, if he went with the crew cut. Not 90s Chris. Nev Campbell was too young to play Jill in the 90s. She would have been a shoo-in for Claire, but... she was way too young to play Jill. Now, Rebecca, on the other hand, surviving members of STARS won't stand against a chance against the Rax Type 43. Jill was like 23 in the first game. Yeah, but Neve Campbell, wasn't she in her late teens in Scream when she did Scream 1 and 2? Or am I completely wrong? I thought Neve Campbell was like 17 or 18 in when she did the first Scream. Was she 23? Oh, you mean you were talking about Jill, 23 when Scream 1 came out. Again, I was under the assumption that Neve Campbell was in her late teens when she did Scream 1. But she was born in 70. Okay, so she was her. Okay. Which, fun fact, some people might not know this. Neve Campbell was actually the basis for Claire's look in the original RE2, and the basis for Leon's look in that original RE2 was not DiCaprio, even though everybody likes to say it was DiCaprio. It was not DiCaprio, it was River Phoenix. If the STARS members were lol cows, it would be who? Damn, that's a good question. Damn, I would actually have to think about that. I would actually have to. Carrie Elwes as Wesker. Maybe. I would go for Wesker without powers. I would go for Kiefer Sutherland as Wesker, but Carrie Elwes could probably work. It would be a lot campier. Bro. That is Arnold Schwarzenegger as a tyrant. Toph would be the Mr. X. Though, imagine that thing follow you around asking for money for Timu nonsense. Oh, God. Oh God! I just thought of something, Kai. I just thought of something now that you said that. Imagine it, like, you remember the Slender, the 8 Pages meme, where every time Slender Man popped up, you'd hear that "Give me $20, give me $20." Picture a mod of Mr. X, where it's that, where he's following you around, just asking you for money, just e-begging. I mean, why not? There's already that mod for RE2 Remake where every time Mr. X pops up, you hear X go and give it to you. Dude, that is DSP sounding ass. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. The elusive A-type. The Arnold type tyrant. Oh... Oh God. Dude, the one Arnold Schwarzenegger role where he actually cannot drop one-liners because the tyrant doesn't have a voice. Lance Henriksen as Barry, I don't see. I could see Lance Henriksen as, like, older James Marcus. I could see Lance Henriksen as maybe an older... If you were to portray William Birkin as an older character, I could see that working. I could even see Lance Henriksen working as Oswald Spencer. Yeah, Kaysen, exactly. As Spencer, like... Lance Henriksen would absolutely be a shoo-in for Spencer. As Barry, I don't see it. Although Number one, that's supposed to be that is not a cult python or a cult anaconda. Number two, imagine that really deep Lance Henriksen voice saying things like, "The A-type has a voice like Nemesis, but it's an amalgamation of everyone." So is all the one-liners. I would actually play that, and I would laugh my ass off the whole time. I would do a video of, like, try not to laugh your ass off playing Resident Evil and running from the A-type tyrant, and I would fail miserably, but it would be good content. Hasn't played RE9? Yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, so I haven't played it yet, but I did watch MK Ice and Fire's playthrough of it. Dude, you're gonna have a fucking blast. You are going to have a blast with it. But, yeah, imagine some of those really awkward Barryisms coming out of Lance Henriksen's mouth. It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. It's like, you found acid rounds, guy. But what about you? I have this. It does have a lot of content, especially if you got the deluxe edition. That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich. And he just says it so, like, low and so gravelly, like when he played Fushan in John Woo's Hard Target. Which, if you haven't seen Hard Target, that's one of Van Damme's... That was the movie that introduced me to Jean-Claude Van Damme. Mercenary mode? Well, of course there's going to be a mercenary mode. It's... Dude, mercenaries mode is like Nazi zombies, dude. You got to include it. Matt Dillon is Enrico. Now, see, Matt Dillon would make a better Chris than Brendan Fraser. In the 80s and the 90s. Bridget Fonda as Rebecca. Can't say I'm very familiar with her stuff. Although, if you were going to put Neve Campbell in this movie, I would cast her as Rebecca. Anthony Hopkins as James Marcus. I'm strangely comfortable with that. He would be way too A-list for a 90s Resident Evil movie, but yeah, I could probably see it. Tim Curry! I was living with my fiance. We went to the Capcom Cafe pop-up. Had a real-life Jill sandwich. Oh, really? A real Jill sandwich. Tim Curry is Birkin? Maybe? I mean, it's kind of an obvious pick, but I wouldn't object to it. I mean, Tim Curry as an obsessive mad scientist, I wouldn't mind. Wait, hold up. A real Jill sandwich is ham and kimchi. It was terrible? Oof. Noted. Okay, Donald Sutherland as Spencer, I could probably see. Also, does anybody else notice the music just turned into that? It was $19? Oof. Oh, God. Well, that's a shame. Anybody else notice that the music just shifted to that Marco Beltrami, Marilyn Manson track from the opening of the Anderson movie? No, Kai, I cannot say that I've seen. I cannot say that I've seen Chance's AI gorilla videos. Now, Donald Sutherland Dispenser, I could definitely see. Honestly, he would also be a good shoe-in for Marcus. Project Wesker. I love how when he came out of the tube just now, it just completely shifts from him having nothing below the waist to the jeans. Dude, if Arnold Schwarzenegger parries one of those RPG missiles off his claw, it would be the raddest shot in 90. It would be one of the raddest shots in 90s cinema. That would Schwarzenegger parrying a rocket would go so fucking hard. He claimed he was an animator and spent years animating this video he's making. And when he showed it, it was just those stupid Bigfoot AI videos. Oof! Oof! So...
Exposed, 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 exposed.
Jesus. That's like me calling myself a digital artist because I use AI-generated thumbnails. Spoiler alert, I don't have the patience to learn digital art, which is why I use AI-generated thumbnails. I mean, I can draw. I can draw okay, I guess. Have to get going because I'm getting off the bus. It was nice catching you. Hell yeah, man. Catch you later. You have a good rest of your day, Kai. There was some really spotty casting decisions in that video, not gonna lie. Some extremely, like, Ray Charles liver spotty. Alright, now, we finally get to this one. I've been waiting to do...
Massive Johnny Smiley update,
look,
because just a few hours ago, one of the last trial dates for Johnny Smiley...
Will you stop fucking up, please? That's what she said. Music in the Saw 7 trailer. It's probably just some public domain shit they pulled from, like, Creative Commons or something. But anyway. We have an update on the Johnny Somali situation. I was saving Atozi's video specifically for this occasion. It doesn't look good, Jim.
Just a few hours ago, one of the last trial dates for Johnny Smiley just ended, and it seems like he got absolutely destroyed in court. Like, it went really, 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 really bad for him. So, I guess we'll just recap and figure out what's going on. Because it seems like there'll be some labor imprisonment here. So, oh boy. I was not able to attend to this one because I'm currently attending the whole TikTok psychic court case. So, because of Gabe, he sent 2 people there, one Korean translator and one English speaking person, and they were there to cover everything and give me a full document, or basically a transcript of everything that happened in court. So we're going to be going through that today as well. So I know I streamed earlier today where I went through the transcript of the TikTok psychic case, but now we're going through the Johnny Somali one. We do a little bit of multitasking apparently. So what happened? Well, at 5:20 p.m., this is actually a pretty late court. Court opens. At 5:23 p.m., Johnny enters the court, and this is apparently the earliest appearance to date. He's wearing a black suit this time and glasses. So probably the same outfit as last time. No MAGA hat this time. At 5:27 p.m., the interpreter enters, and then Johnny's lawyer enters at 5:28 p.m. Then at 5:29 p.m., the judge calls Johnny and lawyer to the stand. So now it's real for him. At 5:30 p.m., they say, in the deepfake case against Johnny, prosecutor submits a correction to the date and the time of the crime, which happened 2 days earlier than stated in the indictment at midnight. So Johnny thought that he was going to have that charge dropped, but instead of dropping the charge, they just made a slight amendment to it. Johnny posted a video the other day saying, "How I got a charge dropped." According to this, that charge was not dropped.
Johnny Somali lies. In other breaking news, the sun rises in the east. So, basically, he had another deepfake charge with another person, and that person was said to have settled the deepfake charge with Johnny. But the prosecution decided to hold on to that charge. So they decided to hold the charge instead of dropping it because they can do that in South Korea. Which, fuck him. I honestly, just straight up fuck him.
It's still there. So, I don't know what happened. Regardless, Johnny asks for an explanation of the date change. Prosecutor asks for confirmation of the date change. Johnny denies it took place on the 28th of October. It actually happened on the 31st of October, 2024. This happened ages ago. Like, he's been in Korea for over a year. No, I don't sleep a lot. As you notice, that's kind of how you upload every day. You just don't sleep that much. Anyway,
people like Johnny make me want to play Kurt Cobain Simulator. Honestly, I don't know if people like him make me want to. They do make me want to stay off the internet for eternity.
The judge corrects the record regarding the dates and the deepfake crimes. And the Youngman deepfake charge, that one remains in effect. So actually, I take that back earlier. He thought that the Youngman charge was dropped. No, it's staying in place. It's right here. So that's not looking too good. So the judge corrects the record regarding the dates of the deepfake crimes, and the Youngman deepfake charge remains in effect. The deepfake settlement was apparently not worth the paper it was written on. Because remember, they had this whole settlement where they were like, okay, we'll drop each other's charges. Right, guys? Right? But apparently, the prosecutor and the judge have to accept. Or else, yeah, nothing's going to happen.
It's still on.
So that's crazy. So the prosecutor is asking for a sentence of 3 years imprisonment with labor and a fine of 150,000 won, which is essentially the max fine he can get, which is like 120 bucks. But he's not going to foreigner prison. So he's going to Korean prison if the judge gives him a guilty verdict now. So you have, that's what the prosecutor is recommending. So the prosecutor wants 3 years with labor. Then on top of that, 2 cell phones will be seized as evidence and they will remain confiscated, so he won't get his phones back. And then additionally, which is...
So he can't even make money. Which, we've known that for a while. Yes, Jason, you really should stop. You really should stop doing your text-to-speech. Or disable it or something like that. Which, this whole process has been part of his punishment. The entire legal process that he's been undergoing since this whole thing started has been a part of his punishment. They're dragging it out. Sets up on its own. I'm mostly typing with thumbs. Ah, I see. The fact that the Korean government has been dragging this out for so long is part of the punishment process. And then if the judge does in fact sentence him to prison time, because the sentencing has not taken place yet. This is just the charges that prosecution has recommended. As I understand it, the sentencing is at least another month or 2 off. Because I think this is a 2-week-old video that I've just been sitting on for way too fucking long. He's... If the judge does in fact give him prison time, that's just going to be the cherry on top. This process of it dragging out is part of his punishment. I hope he does get prison time so that that's not looking good for old Johnny. No, it doesn't look good, Jim. I hope he does get the prison time just so we can see him pop up 3 years later with that stupid shit-eating grin wiped off his little face. Eldridge Farm remembers. Or is that supposed to be Pepperidge Farm? I mean, either one works.
Pretty crazy. The prosecutor wants to add him to the S offender registry in South Korea for 5 years. Yeah, they're putting him on the register for 5 years. So I guess he can be doing the S offender shuffle in prison while doing labor, if he's actually given a guilty verdict by the judge. Because that's coming up now soon. So you have employment restrictions, personal information disclosure. So, what?
This is the place to go to for authentic content. Well, I appreciate that, Case, and I really do. I do appreciate you saying that, because I try... I do try to be as straightforward and upfront with everyone as I can. I'm a no bullshit. I have no time or energy for bullshit, basically.
What the registry gives him is employment restrictions. So if he goes to prison there and he has to do labor, he's actually restricted on what kind of labor he can do because he's on that registry, if they actually put him on that registry. And then you have class attendance restrictions. So overall, that will just affect his imprisonment. So he can't do the cushy jobs, and apparently he can't do the vocational training if he's on that list and he goes to prison. So there are a bunch of ifs. This is just what the prosecutor is recommending. So that was said. So then Johnny's lawyer went up and had his closing argument. So the closing argument from Johnny's lawyer was Johnny's ignorance of Korean culture led to attacking shopkeepers.
Excuse me, what? Lody's reaction to Western friends was phenomenal. Well, good. I'm glad glad we could entertain her. I need to hear that again.
The closing argument from Johnny's lawyer was Johnny's ignorance of Korean culture led to attacking shopkeepers.
You're pleading ignorance of the law.
Are you retarded?
On a video call with her, and she had to wipe her front camera after Hunk said that's bizarre. Johnny. I take it Johnny has never watched Ron White or Blue Collar Comedy. You see, he had something to the effect of, I believe that ignorance of the law is no excuse, and I'm quoting a New York City judge on this one. Oh. Those videos are the amount of random and unhinged we've been needing for a while. Very, very true. Johnny, you didn't attack Korean shopkeepers because you were ignorant of Korean culture.
The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
You'd easily wipe the floor with Johnny. Dude. I'm pretty sure a toddler could wipe the floor with Johnny.
He blamed the noodle. The noodle incident was blamed on his ignorance of Korean culture. Dude, come on.
Bro.
And then he claims that Youngman doesn't want punishment. That was the note they wrote, right? So Youngman doesn't want the punishment. And then claims Bong Bong provoked it and also showed the video. So by them going, oh, hey, look, but Bong Bong did what we did, that's them admitting to doing it.
That's like when a cop pulls you over for speeding, and they clock you for speeding, and they're getting ready to write a ticket, and then somebody else speeds past them. Deploy the tactical toddler. Oh God. Oh, he wouldn't stand a chance. He will not stand a chance. But it's like if the cop is writing your ticket for speeding, and somebody else drives past you guys on the interstate, and they're speeding, you don't get to sit there and go, well, they're speeding, why aren't you going after them? One does not negate the other, you fucking clown. Honk, honk. Just put on the makeup and the wig and the nose and the giant shoes, you fucking weasel. She hits hard and one punch the balls, and it's so hard to say. It's so hard to say goodbye. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh.
So, I don't know what kind of defense that is, but hey, so at 5:37 p.m., Johnny speaks. And I am paraphrasing here a bit because obviously this is going through a few people and then getting to me. But this is pretty much what he said. We had two different people type down, and we compared the notes, and it looked pretty accurate. So, or both were pretty much identical. So he says, I sincerely apologize for my actions in Korea. I express remorse for the incident, for which I was charged. I have been held captive in Korea for a year and a half, during which time I committed no crimes, and I learned to integrate into society during that time. Dude, you were running around in your underwear. You were prank calling the police. Nothing about your behavior showed that you were integrated into Korean society. Like, come on, dude. Don't even, like... Alright, whatever. So, he goes on. He says...
You have been an active stain on South Korea since you arrived. And you will continue to be a stain on South Korea until your imprisonment and deportation. Just kindly fuck off into a hole. Forever and ever and ever.
I did some foolish things under the influence of alcohol, and I realized the consequences.
Were you intoxicated when you gave a lap dance to a statue of a child, a statue honoring a child who was a victim of sex crimes? You actual turd. I'm back. Hey, Kai, welcome back. Were you under the influence of alcohol when you were grinding yourself against statues honoring Korean comfort women? You actual fucking troglodyte? No, you were under the influence of something. You were under the influence of having an IQ south of 40. Johnny Somali is a walking skid mark. I know that's not exactly earth-shattering information for me to divulge, but he is.
I sincerely apologize for this. Okay, so he's blaming alcohol. He's not really taking full accountability.
It's intoxication, and also intoxication is not an excuse for being a fucking idiot and doing fucking stupid things.
Here. And then he follows it up. Having been born and raised in the United States, I did not realize how serious the consequences of these actions, which would not be considered criminal in the United States, could be in Korea.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Or are you just talking out of your ass, like you always do?
Dude, commentary channels have been telling you since 2023 that this is an awful idea to be doing in Japan, in Korea, in Thailand, in any of the countries you're traveling to. Once you leave the United States, guess what? U.S. rules, they don't apply anymore. Sorry, you left our borders. You have to obey the laws in the country that you're currently in. You don't act out in a country you don't know the rules in. And you definitely don't act out in a country that is way harsher on crime. Like, in reality, yes, if he threw noodles around in the U.S., there wouldn't be, like, what? Maybe they'd, like, at worst case, they'd be like, okay, disturbing the peace. He wouldn't get anything in the U.S. But if you goof around and go to Asia, you'll find out. Like, come on.
Ever since you popped off for your shenanigans over in fucking Japan, people have been telling you left, right, center, or sideways. This is a bad idea. This is not going to go well for you. You're going to find out, and you're going to find out hard. But no, you wouldn't fucking listen. Because that oh so sweet, that oh so sumptuous, succulent clout, those fucking clicks and those fucking super chats and views and engagement was more important to you than you not being a fucking idiot. Somebody failed to graduate from his quality leering center.
But He continues. I reached an agreement with Lee Jong-chan, which is what was his name? That's the guy he did the settlement with. I forgot.
Youngmon.
I forgot what his streamer name was. But he reached an agreement with him regarding the 2 deepfake cases, and he no longer seeks punishment. Again, what he didn't consider here, Youngmon, that's correct. So he reached an agreement with Youngmon, and what he, I guess, didn't consider, and what we've been saying the whole time is the prosecutor and the judge has to accept that, or else, I mean, that paper is worthless. So,
you might as well just use it in place of your Charmin.
Yeah. And Bong Bong made it clear in court that she herself was unaware that distributing deepfake videos was a crime, and initially viewed them as not S content, but as a funny image. So,
doesn't matter. Its distribution of deepfakes is against the law in South Korea. You showed it on stream. That is considered distribution. Jesus. No, you know what? Just.
And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you're not retarded at all? And if you close your eyes.
God dang.
Okay, Bong Bong doesn't see it as S content, but as the funny images. If she, a Korean, didn't recognize the same act as a crime, how could I, an American, have known it was? Also, when I asked Bong Bong whether she had the defendant's consent to distribute the videos, Bong Bong replied, no. So, again, he's kind of using that same argument. He's going like, but she did what I did. And he's saying that she did it. So then indirectly, he's also saying that he did it. So,
you know what that reminds me of? That's like some of those stories you see on like World's Dumbest Criminals or America's Dumbest Criminals, where they're on trial. Let's say the guy's on trial for stealing a woman's purse, and the prosecution starts going through the list of things that were reported missing that were reported to be in her purse. So it's like, keys, wallet, hairbrush, lipstick, headphones, and then the defendant in court just blurting out, there wasn't any headphones in the purse, Your Honor. Just you acknowledge all the other things are in the purse, but then you by saying that you acknowledge that there were no headphones in the purse, you acknowledge that those other items are in the purse that you stole. Fucking helium head.
I don't know what's going on there. Then, okay, but he continues by saying, the law is unfair since the police didn't do anything when I tried to report Bong Bong. All I'm asking is for the law to apply fairly.
It is being applied fairly.
I want to appeal the prosecution and the police. That's a little late, though, because apparently both of them are done with their jobs. Like, the police were done about a year ago, and the prosecutor just finished her part. But he continues by saying, it's unfair if Bong Bong and I receive different punishments. I'm still young, and I want to see my family and go home. Please show some leniency. Dude, why didn't you come into court for the first day, behaving, actually showing remorse, and you would have probably gotten out of here, like, pretty quickly?
Because he has not taken this seriously in the slightest until just now. It has only just recently started to sink in that he is literally about to receive consequences for his actions. This is somebody who has gone through his entire life never once receiving receiving the find out stage of fuck around and find out. And now he's finally about to find out, and he's not taking it well, and he's grasping at whatever straws he can find. He's that scene from Bob's Burgers where the guy is I'm literally grasping at straws.
But instead, he showed up late, drunk, with a Trump hat. Before the court, he threatened the judge and the judge's family. This guy has done everything in the worst way possible because he's just so desperate for attention on the internet. And where's this got him? Absolutely nowhere. Apparently, the prosecutor wants him in prison for 3 years with labor.
Good.
So that's where this behavior gets you. It's so not worth it. But I don't know. It's not like other people have been kind of telling him for years now that this is where this is going to end up. So yeah, he's asking for leniency. So the judge asks him, "Do you want a swift decision?" And he went, "Yes." So yeah, he set the sentencing date for April 15th. That's not swift at all. A swift decision is normally 2 weeks. You want a swift one? Yes. All right, here's a not swift one.
Okay. Judge.
So apparently the judge gave Johnny the side eye when Johnny talked about not knowing Korean culture. So it's just him deflecting. He's trying to find excuses. Come on, dude. Are you not a little too old for this right now? You're at their mercy. Why are you goofing around? Why are you not taking full accountability? He should have just fully locked in over a year ago. But here we are. So, apparently, a quote from someone in the audience was, "While Johnny was talking, I was thinking, this is not an apology, and I'm pretty sure the court isn't going to take it as one either." The judge was not impressed by the no apology. He was flippant during his closing statements, but Johnny left court with the face of, apparently he looked a little shell-shocked. So, I don't think he was a fan of the recommended sentence here. So, from everything I've heard, the judge normally lands pretty close to the recommended sentence of the prosecutor here. So, anywhere from 2 to 4 years is what I'm hearing right now.
So we are just over a month away from learning Johnny's fate. And you can bet that when it comes out, we're going to have it on stream. And if he does in fact get prison time, almost 5 years of recovery. Hey, that's awesome, Kai. Dude, I've seen what that kind of thing can do to people. I've never personally been an alcoholic just because I can barely tolerate the taste of it, and I'm too antisocial to go out drinking with friends. So that's just a thing I've never picked up. But hey, if anybody can kick that habit, I've seen what it can do to people. So anybody who can kick that habit and stay off of it, that's a massive W in my book. Almost 5 years. Well, keep on it, brother.
If the recommended sentence is 3 years. So, yeah. This will be very interesting. The only problem is he hasn't given any reason for them to give him any leniency at all. So it's not like the judge is going to really want to give him a light sentence if the prosecutor is recommending a 3-year sentence with work and putting him on the S offender registry in Korea. That's crazy.
Fuck him.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you F around and find out. So, April 15th, we'll finally know what happens. But now we know exactly what the prosecutor wants. So, until then, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Actually, I have to be in court soon, so I don't know how much sleep I'm going to get, but I'll stream again tomorrow with the update to the TikTok Psychic, because that trial is also finished tomorrow, so that's going to be crazy. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I wish I could have those on the stream, but his updates on them are over like an hour long. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, so it's like... That would have to be its own stream, but it's the case updates that Tozy's been uploading for that have just been insane.
Here's someone I haven't talked about in a really long time, but today I saw a clip of one of their streams recently. And I fell down the rabbit hole again, just kind of checking up on them to see what's been going on. Only Use Me Blade. Only Use Me Blade might have just triggered like a Winter Soldier moment in some of you watching this, because he was one of like the first big Call of Duty YouTubers. He was huge back in the day, in an era where YouTubers weren't really like a thing that existed. He was very popular and beloved by the community. But he...
Never heard of him.
Unfortunately had a struggle with alcoholism, and over the years that demon only grew. It got worse. He became a full-time degenerate streamer doing awful shit, and he grew a community that was there to eat some popcorn and point and laugh at the clown putting on a show of pathetic, terrible shenanigans. I made a video on him many years ago now, covering his sad journey and the awful shit that he had been doing during that time. But I hadn't checked in on him in a while until today. And somehow, against all known sciences, against God, he found a rock bottom below rock bottom. It seems like he is even worse now than he was then. He went below the bedrock straight to the fucking nether, and it is actually so, like, sad. And I really think this can serve as like a big PSA to anyone out there about what alcoholism actually looks like. I've been seeing like a lot of those headlines about how, you know, the new generation isn't drinking as much. That's a really good thing.
Yes, it is. It really is. The thing is, I've never understood the whole social dynamic behind drinking, and that might be partly due to being on the spectrum. But I have knocked back a couple of drinks in the past. I can't say that it ever made me want to do it among friends in a mass social gathering, to where I'm just slamming them down until I don't know whether to walk or shit myself. I've never had that. I've never had that. And I'm glad I never had that, because that is a demon that you never want to awaken once you have it. But George just lucky, I guess.
That is a very positive thing. I swear, watching clips from his stream is like an episode of Scared Straight. Now, Only Use Me Blade is not a good guy. Alcoholism aside, he has done horrible things, like I mentioned, and a lot of it is in combination with his drinking, but even still, it's not like...
So he's a piece of trash, and the alcohol just exacerbates his trashiness. Gotcha.
Like that's an excuse for some of the shit that he's done. This includes some really unforgivable ones, like a possible sexual assault. Now, as I said, he is fully back into excessive drinking, and he recently confirmed speculation that he lost his toes, that his toes needed to be amputated.
Show us the toes. Show us the stump. Show.
Okay, well, during the fucking poetic part about it is, during my year off from drinking, I got an infection in my foot, and the years of abuse of my body, I lost my toes, dude. So, I tried to hide it.
Like all of them? All 10 toes? Or just on one foot?
But still got my foot, and not proud of it, dude.
Chat asked for a little show and tell, so he brought up what's left of his foot, and now they call him Only Lose Me Toes. I also saw some pictures.
I hate that I find that funny. I genuinely hate that I find that hilarious. Oh my god. I don't wish death on anyone, but I have the same mindset. Ironically, is also a degenerate. My god, dude. I genuinely hate that I laughed at that.
Pictures from some of his older streams that showed the state that his toes were in prior to the amputation, and they look like fucking charred sausages. It actually looks like frostbite, and it's from his excessive drinking. It's called alcoholic neuropathy. What happens is, through this much consumption of alcohol, it damages the nerves in the foot. And what happened here is, he probably lost sensation down there and didn't realize that something was awry, because circulation stops, functioning optimally. And so when he got that infection, he probably had it for a while and didn't even know it, and then by the time he did recognize something wasn't right, it was too late to save the toes, thus they had to amputate them. That's how it typically goes, as I understand it, when it comes to alcoholic neuropathy.
Do you know that there's a video somewhere his girlfriend realizing the exact moment she threw away her life. Blade won't be missed. I mean, I kind of figured that. I kind of figured that's what you meant, Kason. Dude. I don't know if you guys know this, but excessive alcohol consumption can also increase your risk of colorectal cancer, which, if that's the case, then it's a really good thing I don't drink, because my father had it. Then again, my father was also a tobacco user. And I don't mean tobaccos and cigarettes, I mean dip chew. Which, that can also increase your risks. Yeah, dude. 12 years. It's been over 12 years. Okay, before I make myself any more depressed.
And this is actually something a lot of people saw coming. You didn't need to be Nostradamus nor Baba Vanga to predict that he was going to have something like this at some point, because it was pretty well documented that his legs were rotting. He had fucking holes in his legs that looked like the honeycombs you collect in Banjo-Kazooie. He had sores all around his legs. It even had some necrosis in some places that looked to be starting. They were in rough shape. So I don't think anyone was really surprised to hear that his toes had to be amputated. But he did mention that this happened during the break that he took with the year of sobriety. So it turns out he actually took a pretty extended break from streaming to be a full-time caretaker for his mother. So he is currently at her retirement home as her caretaker, but he's also very much back into excessive drinking. Constantly.
Well, give me some dab. All right. You're a black person. Look at me. You assault us. Seahawks? There he goes. Seahawks? You didn't insult. That's putting the weed down. I don't know if you've been drinking because I'm a...
That was like the plot of a movie called Bitten, where a woman gets bitten by a bug on a trip and slowly turns into one. Ugh. He might be that character now.
No, I've been drinking a lot, dude.
There are quite a lot of moments from these streams where he's just this wandering vagrant around the retirement home, just harassing the people around him on stream. Like, there's another one where he's talking to an older lady about how much she squirts, what's her squirt ratio.
What's your squirt ratio?
What?
Your squirt ratio.
You did not say that to me.
I did.
Oh.
Because I love you. And you got a dog, and you need to squirt, ma'am. You need to squirt, ma'am, figured out.
Yeah, I probably do.
Hey, what's up, free squirt? Get it? Hey.
Because he's trying to put on a performance for the chat, so he...
Holy crap! You are creepy as shit.
Oh, that is nauseating.
He's, honking his nose, Bozo the Clown here, and he's sloshed, absolutely hammered, blackout drunk. So it's just an entire life of lowlights. It's really fucking sad to see, especially considering that he's supposed to be a full-time caretaker for his mom. But his mom is the one that seems to be having to take care of him, her early 40s son, who is now just unable to stop getting blackout drunk and is passing out drunk on stream and having the cops called as a wellness check to make sure he's still fucking alive.
Yo. Hey. Brian.
The Peter Griffin pose.
Hey, you good, man?
I have seen multiple clips of Only Use Me Blade in that exact position, the Peter Griffin falling down the stairs pose there. Even after losing his toes, he is still drinking to a catastrophic degree. It's a miracle he is still alive. Like, it is unbelievable with how much he has abused his body over the years. And in between, drinks, he has, like, some self-awareness moments about how much he has destroyed his body and how awful the alcoholism is. But he can't stop himself. He can't help it. That's how strong the addiction is. I don't think I've seen a clip with sheets on his bed, and I imagine it's because he keeps passing out drunk and pissing in the sheets. Like, no matter how bad things have gotten for him, he just can't seem to kick the habit. And that's not exclusive to just Only Use Me Blade. This is a very real, very evil and insidious addiction that tons and tons of people struggle with. Only Use Me Blade just happens to broadcast all of it for entertainment and has tied his drinking to his income to a certain extent. So, like, there actually have been times in the past where he has attempted to get clean and sober, and he's gone weeks, sometimes even months without drinking, but each time he has relapsed. And I do think some part of it is because there are people that watch his streams that are solely there to giggle at his misfortunes. They kind of encourage it. Not everyone. There are a lot of people that actually try and root for him to, come out the other side and actually beat this. But there are some that are solely there because they want to watch him completely fucking torpedo his life and continue to be in this state. So, like, I can find clips of him, after a couple weeks, and then eventually he just says, you know what, I'm going to have a couple drinks, and he does it on stream. And there are people that donate trying to encourage him to stop. There are people that reach out telling him, like, please don't do this. And then there's also people in his chat that are like, yeah, fuck yeah, finally, we're back. We're so back.
It's over tonight.
And the people who do encourage that, I want nothing but the absolute worst for you. If you are actively cheering on a man, if you are actually sitting there actively cheering on a man's death spiral because it entertains you, go play Kurt Cobain Simulator, because you are a waste of oxygen. I genuinely hate that I share that I breathe the same air as you do. You are a fucking parasite. You are a parasite in the system of society. Just fuck off. That way, any direction.
I'm gonna have some drinks, dude. I appreciate it, but I'm gonna have some drinks.
You're doing so good, man. You are doing so good.
I'm not making it a habit, dude. I'm just gonna have some drinks and relax
I know
some
you
chestnut.
say that, but then, next week you're gonna be like, oh, it's not making a habit, and you're gonna be right back to dropping N-bombs and getting in trouble again.
Hey, man, I do appreciate you, dude. Thank you. This definitely isn't gonna be a habit. This is just, I'm gonna have some drinks tonight.
Some people just can't be helped. That's the other sad thing about it, is that some people, there's two things at play here. There's people who are parasites that just want to watch other people spiral out of control, usually because their lives are empty and they want to see someone else's. They want to see someone else spiral because they want that other person's life to be empty and meaningless as well. That, and then we have somebody here who clearly does not want help. Like, he tries, but then he goes right back again. Tries, goes right back again. It's like a boomerang. And he has every opportunity to stop listening to that little voice inside of his head that says, oh, it's just going to be a couple drinks. But he keeps going back. And he keeps drinking too much. Because he doesn't know his limit. And he refuses to acknowledge his limit. So he cannot be helped. He doesn't want to be helped. And he should just be left in the dust. If I'm your friend, if I'm somebody who says he's your friend, and I'm trying to help you, and you refuse to acknowledge my advice, we are no longer friends. I'm turning my back on you because I do not have the time, energy, or give a fuckedness to waste on somebody who does not want my help.
Spoiler alert, it did become a habit again.
There it is, boys.
J-Rock has just donated $5. Love you, buddy.
After this, let's go out and let's smoke some weed or something, but Terry, this is like a special occasion.
Alden who donated $3. Dude, please don't do this. Don't throw away all that work. Think of how good it felt to have control in your life, to have your life back.
We are good. Thank you. Terry, I love you, dude. I'm definitely not doing a quad, bro. I'll have a couple shots for you, but let's do this and go smoke a cig and figure it out, all right?
Like I said, there are a lot of people really trying to get him not to, and this has happened a couple times from what I can tell. But again, there are still some people in there that encourage it. And I think, to a certain degree, Only Use Me Blade believes that a large part of his content is drinking. So it makes it even harder for him to, fully stop. And he did take an extended break, where apparently he did stop for a year. But he did come back, and he is now drinking just as much as he ever did. He even recently got arrested for urinating in front of officers that were called to kick him out of an area where he was just publicly intoxicated and being a nuisance, just a pest that was bothering everyone out in public.
I believe that's called public indecency. Dude. You're in an environment full of Zoomers. You look like somebody's dad. Bro. You look like everyone's dad right now.
Okay, I'm going. Calm down. Your work's not that good, bitch. The fuck is she talking about?
Alright, he's under arrest. Oh no!
He's pissed. Right from it.
He can hardly even stand up, and he's bouncing around from person to person there like a fucking pinball. And just like stumbling around, spitting out mumbo jumbo, not even able to form a full sentence. He was talking to the cops for a little while there too. Then he came, got the camera, and then pissed on some stranger's car in front of the officers. Just pulls his cock out, pisses on the car, and gets arrested right there for it. So he's not isolated to just the retirement home and harassing everyone around there. He's spreading his wings and taking it all over the place while being able to hardly stand or speak. And of course, he still loves to be weird and creepy to women every chance he gets.
Hey, what's your name? M?
There's more people out here than there are inside.
Is it okay if I ask you your name? Sorry.
I'll be discreet.
What's up?
I'll be the little discreet.
Figure it out. Cool. Person. I love you, person. You're awesome.
What's your name?
You cuddle really hard. I'm sorry.
With my, cuddle with my dog.
You cuddle your dog? Figure it out. Hey, my name's Brian. I love you. You girls okay?
Yeah, I need to take a photo of this. This is funny.
That's a certified, now that's what I call Riz moment right there. Holy. Regular old Casanova. So again, he is blackout drunk here. He's trying to get this stranger's name. She doesn't really want to give it to him. So she gives like an alias, and then he just keeps saying like, "Hey-o, figure it out," and then says his name, and then says that she cuddles really hard. I guess that's flirting, I suppose. And then her and her friend are like very weirded out by it, so they both start recording, or we can see she starts recording, but the other person she's with also said that she was taking a picture or something for the memories. I imagine they're doing that just in case things get fucking hairy. It's for their own safety, so they can videotape the fucking wacko that's approached them here. It's just a disaster, man. It's fucking absurd. So yeah, I hadn't seen anything from Only Use Me Blade in a while, and he just got put back on my radar today, and I couldn't help but just jump down the rabbit hole to see like what's been going on over the years with him. Still not good. And I genuinely think he showcases what alcoholism really looks like and just how hard an addiction is to beat. It is something very, very serious, and it's fucking awful. Man, it really is. So anyway, just wanted to yap about it. That's it. See ya.
Ugh. Dude. Valid crash out. Well, I'm glad you think so, because shit like that really, as someone who used to live with a raging alcoholic, that story is a clusterfuck of epic proportions that I'm not going to get into. But as someone who used to live with an alcoholic who would regularly swirl down that drain and just rejected any and all forms of help, I have neither the time nor the energy nor the patience for you. If you don't want the help, if you don't want to make a change, if you just want to keep doing it because that's just what you're used to doing, I'm not going to let you take me down with you. But at the same time, if you're actively encouraging somebody to take themselves down that death spiral, fuck you and kiss my ass. Right on the hole. So. Alright. Now we got some donut operator. This video is called 7 Tasers Couldn't Take Him Down. Holy shit. Why don't the police just taser them? Well, because sometimes shit like this happens.
Drop it! Drop it! Last time!
Drop the knife! Hi everyone, Donut here. Today's video is kind of a weird mix of law enforcement moments. On one end, you've got one of the cleanest arrests I've seen in a long time, the Santa Fe predator sting where the officers move so fast, the guy barely has time to realize his life just completely fell apart. Seriously, it's over in seconds. But since this has to do with child crime, I don't think it'll be over in seconds in prison. Good luck out there. Then, on the other end of the spectrum, we're headed to Connecticut for a body cam incident that's the definition of tense. And the entire time you're watching it, you can feel where it's going. Officers respond to a man holding a large kitchen knife standing in the street refusing commands, while the distance between them keeps getting smaller and smaller. There's no running, there's no yelling, just little steady steps forward towards the officer. It's one of those incidents where the tension builds the whole time, and by the end you realize just how quickly officers can run out of options. But first, a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Ridge. I figured it's about time to replace this wallet. And what a wonderful time to be sponsored by Ridge, because they sent me their Ridge 2.0. This is a piece of leather that's falling apart. My back's already screwed up, so I should probably stop carrying that. Sitting unevenly on a brick of a wallet isn't very fun. Ridge, though, is a slim, modern wallet. Seriously, look how thin this guy is. Cat for scale. The Ridge 2.0 is their most refined version yet. They've been perfecting this little guy for 12 years. It is 10% lighter. It's more modular with improved cash straps, money clips, and the AirTag attachment. The Ridge 2.0 is made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. And it holds up to 12 cards plus cash. There's over 50 colors and styles to choose from. You can even get a wallet that features every NFL, MLB, or college team. Hey, they got a US Navy wallet. I might have to get that one. They've got a built-for-life warranty, so even if it gets lost or stolen, they've got you. I worry about people stealing my identification all the time, stealing my credit cards, things like that, but these guys have...
Then maybe stop carrying your wallet in your back pocket. I never do. I always carry my wallet in my front pockets. Yes, this is a Spike Spiegel wallet. I've had this one for several years now. Yeah, see, right on the cover it has a Spike, and on the back it's got the Cowboy Bebop with the CU Space Cowboy. Yeah. But yeah, why would you? Considering that's typically how pickpockets snatch wallets, is from the back pocket, why would you ever carry your wallet in your back pocket? I'm extremely paranoid about pickpockets. I always carry my wallet in my front pocket.
RFID blocking technology, so digital pickpockets can't even get a hold of you. Ridge has over 100,000 5-star reviews. They're not just about wallets either. They create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and their game-changing power banks, all with the same sleek, durable design. Right now, you can take advantage of their once-a-year anniversary sale and get up to 40% off. All you gotta do is go to ridge.com/donutoperator. That's up to 40% off at ridge.com/donutoperator. Before we get into the Connecticut incident, I want to show you one of the cleanest arrests I've seen in a long time. This comes out of Santa Fe during an online child predator sting. Officers have a hotel room set up for the meet. Inside the room, a few officers are staged and ready. One of them is an absolute unit standing by the door. You can see him signal the guys behind him, and then the moment the suspect gets close, the door pops open.
Carrying in my back pocket because it looks like an erection in the front. Damn it, Jason. Why is that? That reminds me of a Larry the Cable Guy bit where he's talking about Viagra, and he goes, my nephew's on Viagra. You believe that's 17 years old. He ain't got no sexual problems. He's just real skinny, and he said the boner helps keep his pants up. Viagra. My grandpa's on Viagra trying to keep his hopes up. I got a buddy of mine's an herbalist, and he's real tiny down there, but he don't like drugs or nothing. So he put some Miracle Grow down there, and he's still tiny, and now he's got an ass full of thistles. Don't need people getting the wrong idea. I mean, fair enough.
Hold on, relax. You guys got him? Yeah. Relax, you're fine. English, Spanish? English? Okay.
The officer explodes out of the room announcing police, and before the guy even processes what's happening, he already has hands on him. Over instantly, there's no chase, there's no struggle, just immediate control and him crying like a little bitch. Within seconds, the dude's in handcuffs, still freaking out and crying, and the suspect who showed up thinking he was meeting a child for awful things is now ugly crying like the toughest moment of his life just happened, which honestly it kind of did. You're gonna get the broomstick treatment in prison. They don't like your kind very much. These operations are some of the most important work departments do, and when they go this smoothly, it's so impressive to watch and so satisfying. Perfect timing, perfect control, nobody got hurt, except for that feelings, which who gives a just a predator getting exactly what he signed up for, an arrest. And now for our final story.
Fuck your feelings. No one gives a fuck about your issues, your problems, your shitty fucking luck. This generation's fucked. A bunch of fucking weaklings, so wipe those tears and fuck your fucking feelings.
There's no pursuit, no carjacking, no chaotic gunfight and traffic on this one. But you can feel the tension and the end coming the entire time. You probably already see where this is going, seeing as how it's living on this channel. December 7th, 2025. Blue Hills Avenue, Connecticut at around 11:07 a.m. An officer responds to a call about a man outside an apartment in the snow. When the officer pulls up, the situation is already clear.
There was a whole wave of arrests in this department in Decatur 6 or 7 months ago. 2 of them were people I knew personally. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, where is that clip? There we go.
What a shame.
And then when they get the broomstick treatment in prison.
What a rotten way to die.
Hold on, drop the knife. Drop the knife first.
Right there, the dude has a kitchen knife in his hand, not hidden, it's not tucked, he's just holding it. The suspect stands there for a second and steps off the stoop and starts walking toward the officer.
Have him drop the knife. What's his... Hey, throw the knife away, throw the knife.
Now watch the distance because he's not sprinting. He's just walking forward with that knife still in his hand and the officer's backing up trying to maintain space. Officer's repeating the same commands but nothing's really working.
Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
That's my brother! Yeah, well, your brother is doing something incredibly fucking stupid. You know, if I did something dumb like this, yeah, my sisters and my mom, yeah, they would be horrified. They would weep for me at the funeral, and then sometime later they'd be like, "You brought it on yourself, dipshit." Karen on drugs that got a taser to the head for her troubles. or that dumbass who called 911 over McDonald's, and then it turned out he had a warrant for murder. So he tries to run from the cops, and then they tased him to the concrete. And he's on the ground just wailing, and he sounded like Marv from Home Alone.
I'm not gonna shoot him. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
This wouldn't be a police incident without the screeching woman, of course, and in this case it's his sister, but at least she's trying to tell him to drop the knife, not just really howling frantically like every other police incident. He doesn't seem like he's paying attention or responding to any of it. That's when the taser comes out.
Drop the knife! Taser, taser.
Really does nothing and must not have made a good connection, so he tries again.
We don't want to shoot you. We don't.
Use the force multiplier, right? I would. I would think the time to use the force multiplier would be after the first one fails.
You gotta shoot you. You gotta drop it.
It's ineffective.
Drop it.
Still nothing. He tries the taser again and again, a total of 7 times. Hold on, I actually want to show you guys a video. I didn't even know the taser 10s existed. One sec, let me find this video. Wrong video. Let me find the taser 10 video. So check this out real quick. I didn't know this shit existed. Your regular taser shoots out the 2 probes if they make a good connection in someone. Then the taser works. The taser doesn't work. The taser doesn't work. This...
In the face! In the face! Rocky Gaming calls firearms in his video to not risk being demonetized. Dude, I hate how soft YouTube is. That the AI that moderates YouTube throws a fucking temper tantrum over words. Words. It's like, oh, we gotta make it safer for the kiddies. YouTube Kids exists. I'm going to put that over Leon finishers and RE9.
This has 10 individual little probes, and it looks cool as shit. This is one of the best examples I can find of it. How freaking cool is that? I wanted to show you that because I just said the guy gets tased 7 times, and not a lot of people know that this technology exists. There's one more incident I want to show you before we get back into this knife shooting where...
Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of sick. Adult content breaches YouTube Kids all the time. Exactly. Exactly. And you know YouTube doesn't have people moderating this shit. They're pretty... Because Google's outsourcing all their shit to AI. Just like every other big tech company is right now. It's... Everything's... I tossed my fucking pen. That's what all big tech companies are doing now. And it's like... It's like... You know, you do know that AI fucks up a lot. Apparently they don't. Apparently the empty suits who run big tech corporations don't know that.
A female officer tases a dude 10 times, and it takes that many to take him down. So we got a DUI suspect running from a crash scene, and if you count, the officer hits him with all 10 of those freaking darts before he goes down.
Stop! All right. Okay. Taser deployment. Stop! Stop! Stop!
Okay.
Stop!
I'm pretty sure a couple of those hit him right in the booty hole, but it took...
Asking for Game Gods Harley because then you get a mix of different steps from different games. Dude, YouTube's content curation and moderation system is a joke bereft of punchlines.
Took that many times to take this guy down.
Dude, if it took that many shots from the taser just to put one guy down, that is a shitty design.
Let's go back to our knife shooting. So like I said, 7 times, but the guy's got heavy clothing, maybe there was a bad spread, who knows, but the bottom line is it doesn't work. And the knife is still there, and he's still coming towards the officer. While now the taser is absolutely failing, the suspect starts moving towards another officer.
You gotta drop it. I mean, you gotta drop it. You gotta drop it. We don't want to shoot you. We don't want to, bro.
Shoot him.
You gotta drop it. Drop it. You don't want to get shot. You don't want to get shot. Come on. Drop the knife. We don't want to do that. Can you just drop the knife for me, my man? Just drop it.
Just sack up already.
Just drop it. Just drop it.
The suspect is walking the officer backward around the patrol car. You can hear the tension building, but it's kind of controlled. Nobody's really panicking. They're just trying to buy time and space, which is scary because we've all seen the 21-foot rule and how fast that dude could probably traverse a couple of feet and stab one of the cops. I mean, hell, in one of our most recent videos, a cop got stabbed in the face. More officers arrive on scene, and I think this might be the part where the suspect is catching his breath a little bit. At least it kind of seems that way.
Just drop it. My man, You don't want to get shot. Think about it. Drop the knife. We're just going to get you help.
Hold on, we have him at gunpoint. He has a knife in his hand.
Look at me.
Drop the knife.
Stevie! Drop the knife!
Now you've got 3 officers in kind of a loose arc in the roadway. Guns are out now. You can hear them trying to calm the suspect down, and the guy just keeps walking toward them. Knife clearly visible from every angle. No sudden charge, just steady steps. This is almost 100% a suicide by cop. And that's what makes this uncomfortable, because you can see exactly where it's headed. Here's another angle of the knife as he closes distance.
Drop the knife! Craig, just back up, back up, back up. Craig, drop the knife! Stevie, you gotta drop the knife. We do not want to shoot you. Just drop the knife. Drop the knife!
Now you can see how tight he's gripping it. It's not dangling loosely. He's holding it ready. Then a 4th officer arrives on scene. He's a tad bit louder.
Drop the knife!
Yeah, Muldoon from Jurassic Park. Shoot her! I love that movie, but they did. But if you've read the Jurassic Park book and and you've seen the movie, they did Muldoon's character so fucking dirty, man.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Woman, you're gonna get shot! Drop the knife!
Do it!
The man keeps walking, closing the distance. He's under 15 feet now.
Stevie! Magnano.
Drop the knife!
Stevie, you gotta drop it.
Just do
For the
it.
average officer to deliver 2 rounds against an attacker who starts moving at 10 feet, the sidearm must already be drawn and ready to shoot. At about 15 feet, your chances get a little better if you're alert, anticipate danger, and are skilled with your equipment.
If you've ever done edge weapon training, you know already that's danger zone territory, like we just saw in that old training video. And then it happens what we were all thinking was going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I don't know if you know this, but but before Spielberg was, Spielberg had signed on to do Jurassic Park immediately upon learning about Crichton working on the book, because they were really tight together. And even though Spielberg was already signed on to do it, James Cameron had shown interest in doing a Jurassic Park movie. And he said that his version would have been a lot closer in tone to Crichton's original book, where it would have been, I think the way he described it was basically aliens but with dinosaurs. And as much as I love the Spielberg movie, I'm kind of curious to know what the James Cameron version would have looked like.
Drop the knife! Drop it! Last time! Drop the knife! Drop it!
9 shots, the man drops immediately, and the knife falls beside him.
Drop the knife! Drop it! Stevie! Last time! Drop the knife! Drop it!
The whole thing that built for minutes ends in about 2 seconds. Now here's what actually matters. This wasn't some surprise ambush. No.
Lost at the sound effects. Yeah, for some reason YouTube gets really finicky when you use actual gunfire in police body cam breakdown videos. So Donut substitutes, like when it's coming from the cop's gun, he uses duck quacking, and then if the gunfire is coming from the from the suspect's weapon, it's chickens clucking. Zapping is getting increasingly insufferable. It really is, and it's big tech. It's empty suits running the show, who think they understand the audience better than the audience.
It wasn't an officer just sprinting in and doing something reckless. This was minutes of loud, clear commands. They even tried to taser him multiple times. You can see them backing up over and over, giving him a chance after chance to make the smart decision and end it right there. And then the sun comes out. Jesus loves me. He just doesn't drop the knife. Then the shots happen, and immediately after, the officers move in and start rendering aid. Well, after the 9 shots, the dude ends up surviving. He was in critical condition, but alive as of the filming of this video. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. Do you think the officers could have done something else? If you want to help support the channel, you can go on.
Yeah, they could have shot earlier.
Over to donutoperator.com.
I guess all that fat just cushioned the shots. Maybe, I don't know.
Subscribe to Donut Operator TV right here on YouTube, or subscribe to.
I don't know, but now he's the white fat 50 Cent. He survived being shot 9 times.
Pepperbox.tv, where you can see all of my videos uncensored, plus tons of specials from my friends. Lots of exclusive content on that Pepperbox. That's all I have for you fine people today, and until next time, please have a fantastic day.
Dude's a chunk from RE6 and dude's a chunk from RE9 and a whopper from RE6. Oh god. Ooh.
Seen the body cam of the? Have you seen?
Oh, hold up. Dude, have you seen that mod where somebody put Shrek over Chunk?
Seen the body cam of the? Have you seen the body cam of a driver who filmed himself violating a school's crosswalk and the police broke open his window to arrest him? Can't say I did. Crosswalk violator arrest.
Not the least bit surprised, neither was I.
What a... Can't say I did. Crosswalk violator arrest. What a crazy title.
Shut up! There was no one crossing.
Being that it's School Resource Officer Appreciation Week, I want to thank these deputies for keeping our schools and our children safe, especially on the crosswalks. On February 10th, around 2 p.m. dismissal for a middle school, school surveillance captures a driver disregarding the crossing guard's commands to wait for students to pass, and he decides he'll drive through the crosswalk while the crossing guard is still standing there and students were attempting to cross.
Why? Man, must have really been in a rush to get home.
Here is the suspect's angle of the incident.
They posted it themselves and got 1 like. Wait, why would they do that?
Oh my lord.
What?
Shut up!
What?
There was no one crossing. Video.
What a maniac.
Like stepping in the way of my car? Dumbass.
I think, okay, so that goes beyond retard. That really does. That... Dude. Dude.
What the hell is wrong with you?
There was no one walking... Are you fucking blind? Or do you just think the entire universe revolves around you purely because you're you? Really?
On February 11th...
That voice is... That is a very interesting voice. It sounds like the Canker sisters from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Oh my god, he's right. He does sound like the Canker sisters. Listen to that. Listen to this shit.
cussing, like video.
What a maniac.
Tried stepping in the way of my car? Dumbass.
On February 11th,
That voice is... That is a very interesting voice. It sounds like the Kanker sisters from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
deputies review the surveillance and establish probable cause for the male driver for reckless driving, and driving while license was suspended.
You know what's the most hilarious thing is the title of this video says Discord moderator gets arrested. I'm not the least bit surprised this is a fucking moderator.
They located the vehicle and attempted to contact him for an arrest.
You're being audio and video recorded, and you're under arrest.
For what?
Step out of the vehicle, and I'll explain it to you.
For what?
Step out of the vehicle, and I'll explain it to you.
Tell me your cause.
Reckless driving and 2 counts of driving suspended. Step out.
Oh! Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
That is how that works.
I did not reckless drive. I have it on video.
Okay, I need you to...
You do have it on video. That was very convenient,
I need
actually.
to get my supervisor.
Made it much easier.
No probable cause.
If you do not unlock the car
You are
and
acting,
step out of the vehicle,
You are acting based on a false report.
if you do not unlock the car and step out
Oh,
of
he's also... Oh, shit.
driving and
I wanted to put my mouse over there. He's also filming as well.
Oh.
In multiple angles.
and step out of the vehicle, I will break your window. Okay?
You will break my window.
Just do it.
And what is your cause?
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Reckless driving and 2 counts of driving suspended. You are currently driving suspended. I watched you drive into the parking lot. You're driving suspended.
That is harassment.
That is not harassment.
It is actually.
Okay. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to comply with this, and then I'm going to break your window.
All right, let me call my wife.
Step out of the vehicle, and I will let you drive. Call your wife.
You let me drive. Call my...
I will let you call your wife.
Can you tell me the probable cause?
I just told you the probable cause.
What is happening? What the fuck? I don't... I still can't believe that he posted the video himself from his dash cam. That's nuts. Very cool. I mean, it is very clear, like, there's not a whole lot of wiggle room that it's some kind of misunderstanding or unjust. I'm gonna blue boss like that. Well, it's just annoying. I don't know. It's just very annoying. When it gets to like the Reddit arguments, it just starts to make my skin crawl. But whatever. Here.
Lock the car, and we will discuss this further.
Would you be willing to...
Damn!
I'm glad I came back. That was wow. What a rip. That was primal.
And we will discuss this further.
Would you be willing to...
Step out of the car.
Oh, you're going to be paying for that.
Okay.
Bro, how do I step out of the car if you're
Unlock
telling me
the
through the
car.
window?
Of course he's got a fedora! Oh my god! Of fucking course he's got a fedora and he's got the fucking facial hair, the fucking neck beard that comes down to here. Oh, imagine being this stupid bro. Oh. Dude. Fucking. Stupid doesn't even begin to clear it, bro. This guy is Sean Penn and I am Sam. And, Tug Speedman in Simple Jack.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
What happened? Well, the cop ripped his fucking side window open, and of fucking course, this guy has a neck beard. He's got the fucking facial hair down to here, and he's wearing a goddamn fedora. Dude, you are not a gentleman from the 1940s. You are a British cigarette who moderates who moderates on Discord. My guy, you...
Further.
Fuck you.
Be willing to
Step out of the car.
Oh, you're gonna be paying for that.
Okay.
Bro, how do I step out of the car if you're
Unlock
telling me
the
through
car.
window? You're gonna be paying for that.
I hate that he's using almost the exact same phone cases. His phone case legit looks... Let me take this back.
Bro, how do I step out of the car if you're telling me through...
His phone case legit almost looks exactly like mine. The only difference is he's probably using an iPhone and I'm not. I use an Android.
You're gonna be paying for that. Stop trying to bitch.
Step out of the car. Hands on your back.
You don't need to be so forceful.
Just complain. Yeah.
Oh, how am I not? I got out of the car. I stopped my recording. You know what? You know what Raz is? You have to tell
What
me
is
what
Raz?
gives you the cause. So what act gives you the cause? I can show you on my phone video.
Oh no. Is he also one of those sovereign citizen types? Who thinks that, like, laws don't apply to him so he can just do whatever? Oh, and unsurprisingly, he's got the fucking greasy ponytail. What do you suppose the over and under is? That his hairline is, like, up to here. It's practically grazing the crack of his ass.
Footage that proves that that is a false report. Oh,
Okay.
Come on. Where's your lights? Can I see that you're...
There's no way that's a fedora. There's no way that's a... Oh my god, there's no way. It can't be.
It is.
No,
it is a
bowler's
fedora.
hat. There's no way. No. No, it shan't.
I sincerely detest what internet neckbeards have done to the reputation of the fedora. I really do. Take a fucking shower. Dude, homie needs to soak in Irish Spring for a week. Dude. Is Asmongold your spirit animal?
It couldn't be. No. No.
Actually, I can't even go there because Asmongold wouldn't be retarded enough to do this.
No. This must be planted. No way.
I told you that.
Oh, you guys got a lawsuit on your hands.
Good luck.
These guys have been harassing me since day one of school.
Have a seat.
I have a video.
You got anything on you that's going to stick or poke me?
No.
Officer cut himself on the glass.
That they made a fault.
We know it can be frustrating to wait for crossing students, but we also want to know our kids are going to come home safe.
Is it frustrating, like, waiting 10 seconds for people using the crosswalk? Is it that frustrating?
If you're somebody who thinks who thinks that their very existence, that the entirety of existence revolves around them, maybe. Like, nothing is worth that. It's not that complicated. It's not that hard to just wait.
You know, moral of the story is it's easy to not be a dipshit, so don't do it.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Joji.
I don't really think it is. You don't have to, like, even pretend. This guy's just fucking unreasonable. He was there for, like, actually, like, 10 seconds. He had to get back to his post. True, you're right. In the time that he was there waiting at the car rider circle, he was missing valuable Discord moderation time. It was lawless. You're right. No, it was an emergency, or it was urgent. He should have a siren. You're so right. Get the fuck out of the way, kids! It's an emergency. Jesus Christ! Can't you see someone posted something unauthorized on my Reddit account? Oh God!
Yeah, this Discord server isn't gonna moderate itself.
Move! There were memes there were memes in general. Son of a bitch, I'm ramping it off the tow truck. I gotta get home. No! That hat told me all I needed to know. I still genuinely can't believe that. I would say that this is a skit if it wasn't for, like, the very clear evidence of it actually just being real. Like, this is just, it's a caricature. It's unfucking believable, man. Yeah, the window break was crazy. That window break was crazy. I don't know how hard it is to break a window like that. Maybe he had, like, really good leverage, but that was still fucking nuts.
Unlock the car, and we will discuss this further.
Would you be willing to
step out of the car?
Will you please just take a look at my video? It's open, so it's extremely easy to break. Is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I've seen too much of the tug on the window tactic. Because it's stupid as fuck, he cut his hands. True, it actually is like a pretty stupid tactic, to be honest. He did give himself a boo-boo.
Saw a video of a 30-something-year-old child being arrested in front of his parents, and someone commented, "Somewhere, a subreddit's moderator has vanished." Oh, poor baby. Let me play you a song on the world's smallest violin.
But man, if that didn't make a point. If that wasn't an exclamation mark on this, I don't know what is. The aura was off the charts. Time for a new video, me and the boys destroy a car with our hands. Actually kind of a great idea. We still have that old junk car at the farm. Maybe I'll roll down a window and fucking tug on it with some gloves and see if I can get it.
Parents were saying, we just want to enjoy being retired. They have to live with that knowledge now. Oh, I hope he wasn't an only child.
See how easy it is?
Alright, so this one will be the video that we cap the stream off at. So we'll save the fails, we'll save the Wesker and friends, we'll save the Cyrax for tomorrow's stream, where it's me and Kason. Tomorrow afternoon. Wesker and friends tomorrow. Yep, we're gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast. But now we move from a Discord moderator, from a delusional Discord moderator, to a delusional Reddit moderator.
This Reddit mod is called Congress because he lost his job as a Reddit mod. I have never seen a stereotype more true in my life. This guy's entire life revolves around being a Reddit mod, and he
don't see a difference. I mean, that's true. True and real.
He is doing his absolute best to destroy it. Because just within the span of a few weeks, this former Reddit mod went from getting kicked off his own community to, I guess, making phone calls to the US Congress like he's uncovering some sort of, like, online conspiracy. And somehow this wasn't even a meltdown in his head. This was his mission to make people see what only he could see.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email.
Charlie Brown grew up to be an Applebee's, an assistant manager, an Applebee's looking ass motherfucker. Good grief.
This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team.
So, if you spent any time watching live streams on whatever platform, chances are you've already came across the subreddit called r/livestreamfail. Usually, it just goes by LSF. It's been
I don't, because I wouldn't be caught dead browsing Reddit.
Around for years and has grown into this kind of like main hub on Reddit for everything related to streaming. For example, When something goes down on a stream, like a ban, a fight, a meltdown, LSF is usually where it surfaces first, and where it gets amplified and then, spread on Twitter and then YouTube videos and so on and so on. So naturally, the people overseeing this, and especially the head moderator, ends up with a decent amount of influence, since they're not just removing spam or enforcing the basic rules, but they're also in a position to somehow kind of like shape what people end up seeing, what gains traction, and what quietly disappears before most people even notice it was posted.
And the thing about that kind of power is that there are very few people who are fit to wield it, and most of the people who have it are not. And so they pretty much let that power go to their heads, and they start deluding themselves into thinking there's some kind of demigod, when in reality it's like, you're a mod on a website. You're not the Grim Reaper playing the claw machine with whose life are you going to pluck out today.
That person, since late 2024, was a guy who goes by Stale2000, whose real name is Brian, but I guess he also has a secondary account called Tarot Card, which, we haven't covered anything here recently that ended badly that was in relation to tarot cards. Absolutely not. But it's safe to say this guy's run as a mod here has been quite controversial way before any of this happened. Because right when he got his position as head moderator back in September 2024, several other mods went public almost immediately, and they asked the community to move to a backup subreddit and accused Stale of refusing to step down after the whole team voted to remove him, essentially citing what they described as a pattern of power abuse. So when you're accused of power abuse, what do? Well, apparently his response was to kick the entire team and replace them with his own people. Bro, that's like straight out of the dictator handbook. And even a detailed document outlining his conduct was sent to Reddit's admins, though publicly, nothing really came of it. Like, it didn't really take off, and Stale stayed in place. Nowadays, there are two different subreddits running. Livestream Fail, which is, I guess, the original one, and then Livestream Fails with an S that never really managed to succeed. Then, March 2025 rolls around, and a new mod team comes in. And this one, the one he assembled after the first purge, I guess you could call it, they essentially start having the same issues with him. But this time, things got a lot more heated. Because the new team found evidence that one of the moderators that Stale had added, I guess someone who was described as a power mod, because he was running like 200 subreddits at the same time, he had some very bad and inappropriate interactions with under 18s, allegedly. I'm just trying to tiptoe around this without getting the video smited.
Why am I not surprised that he would be friends with somebody who is into that? Because I'm not.
That's at least my understanding of what happened. But when they brought it to Stale, according to their account, he sat on it and did nothing. And I guess when they pressed him on why, he admitted that at least part of the reason was he was worried that if he removed this guy, it might put his own standing at risk. Apparently, this guy's priorities are completely mixed up. But
if you remove a mod because they are into questionable content, the only way that would reflect poorly on you is if you are also into that very same content.
The moderators eventually approached the power mod directly and got him to step down voluntarily. Stale, however, responded by thanking him on the way out and then firing the mod team for making a fuss about the whole thing. Excuse me, what? Yeah, that's just not someone you want on your moderating team. What do you mean, make it a fuss about it? So essentially, you have two complete separate groups of moderators who rallied against Stale, who now had the same fate. They just got deleted from the server because they had problems with them. So now we fast forward until early January 2026, and
the second I get the vibe someone might be into this stuff, I cut ties immediately. That's honestly the only thing you can do. Because it's the only thing you should do.
New project starts, I guess, making noise online. And this is called $1 Million Fan. The idea is pretty simple. A bunch of content creators and their fans would compete head-to-head in a luxury mansion in Canada with an absolute enormous prize pool of $20 million. It was supposed to be developed for Prime Video, with filming planned for November of 2026. And for scale, I mean, Mr. Beast's game show, which has also been produced and distributed by Prime, had a smaller prize. So right away, the numbers alone are massive. And a handful of streamers got behind it publicly. And on the top of r/livestreamfail, a pin post appeared promoting it. And this was put there by Scale himself. And he said later that he'd reached out to the show's organizers on his own because he personally thought the project was interesting and wanted LSF to be a part of it, but still assured he wasn't paid to promote it. However, given the scale of the project, it was never going to stay contained to LSF. So once the pin post went up, $1 Million fans started drawing attention outside of the subreddit. And when the broader internet caught wind of it, they began digging. And what they found was definitely not reassuring, to put it lightly. Because the front page of their website contained a mansion photo that was an AI-generated stock image. The company behind the show had been incorporated through one of the cheapest registration services in British Columbia, and the listed address was right beside a falafel shop. So it just didn't make sense. Then on top of that, the domain itself was registered in Iceland. And then suddenly, other things started to change. The price amount had apparently shifted at some point. The main website said $20 million, but now suddenly it was $10 million. There was just a lot of things that didn't line up here. But an interesting find here was the fine print, because a section of the official rules appeared to have just been copy-pasted from Omaze, which used to be like this celebrity sweepstakes company that did like a whole bunch of like Lambo giveaways, and they just gave away everything. So it's like, why is this copy-pasted from Omaze? And that company was shut down, by the way, for a whole bunch of lawsuits. But the Culver City P.O. box used for copyright claims was the same one Omaze had listed. And the company's name in the document was written as $1 Million Fan Reality Show Incorporate. Actually, there was two incorporates. $1 Million Fan Reality Show 1 Incorporate. What? And then you had one section which just seemed like ChatGPT was drafting notes, which also included some like weird note to how to frame payment language and dispute with credit card processors. So it's like, what is...
Bro.
How to frame payment language and dispute with credit card processors.
Bro. That's as bad as AI authors who just copy paste whatever ChatGPT drafts for them per chapter into their manuscript without actually reading what they have. And simultaneously, and just leaving the what ChatGPT writes plus the passage that it had the AI draft for them. Bro.
So it's like, what is this website? What's going on here? Whatever it is, it was very sloppy. We're using this comment for reference because that original website is no longer up. But the only sponsors anyone could identify were a handful of affiliate links, a supplement brand, and LSF itself. So that's interesting. But nobody could track down who was behind the whole thing or where the $20 million were actually coming from. So now
they're probably in India. I'll just say that much.
Naturally, people started saying that this looked like a scam, and on Reddit, Stale started deleting those comments. So then, on January 13th, the $1 Million Fan website went offline without any warning or explanation. Within the same few days, though, every social media account associated with the project was either deleted or wiped clean. And at that point, Critical had already put out a video before the shutdown, calling the show suspicious and walking through the red flags. But once the site disappeared, he followed up, pointing out that everything about the collapse was consistent with what he described.
And it pertains to last night's video about the $20 million reality TV show called The $1 Million Fan Show. I speculated that it was a big scam, and a lot of Twitch streamers had been publicly put on the website. Some had even made announcements about their endorsement of the $1 Million Fan Show, and nothing about it seemed legitimate. But last night on stream, like 45 minutes after I posted the video, they took their website down. Then I was checking their other ancillary and all of that is removed.
Then back on Reddit, the conversation had shifted almost entirely from the show to the mod who pinned it. So people were formally reporting Stale to Reddit's admin team, asking whether he had been compensated and arguing that using a moderator position to promote an outside project was a direct violation of Reddit's rules. So 2 days later, Reddit's Code of Conduct team concluded the investigation and removed Stale from the LSF mod team. And this wasn't only his main account, this was also his secondary account, which was Tarot Card, and apparently had a third account called the Positivity Patrol as well. All of them were removed. So I guess just after a year, his run on Livestream Fail was completely done. Now, this is where things start going downhill. Because on the same day he was removed, he uploaded a video to YouTube addressing Reddit's CEO, Steve Huffman, also known as Spez. And he, it's safe to say he went viral, to put it lightly, for all the wrong reasons. This is a crazy video.
Hello, Spez. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously.
You wanted to be a Reddit mod so you could lord over people and have people bow to your whims. Just keister a landmine, please.
To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers.
Nope. No, they should not. Because then the power-tripping retards among you, present company included, that we're currently looking at, the power-tripping retards like you would just, your egos would inflate even harder, and then you would become an even bigger stain on the. I mean, Reddit's just a stain on the internet in general, but you would just exacerbate the problem.
Not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence.
Again, I have never seen a stereotype more true than this. But for some reason, he also defended $1 Million Fan, saying there was no definitive evidence that it was a scam. And he took a direct shot at Critical for what he felt was irresponsible coverage.
Smells to me like he was getting a kickback, like he was expecting to get a kickback from a shady scam.
And after that, Stale and Critical had this small back and forth with a couple of response videos. And it was one of those follow-ups that Stale actually made an argument that was slightly more interesting than his original one. Because here he pointed out that he'd been able to run Livestream Fail for over a year with what he described as near dictatorial control. And for the most part, nobody above him stepped in. And that's not a small admission because, what he essentially was arguing was, if I had all this unchecked power, imagine who else does.
If we're worried about bias, I can promise you that there are way bigger fish to fry, that I'm not sure that brand deals for community events is really the biggest danger out there.
There are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod.
You're right. Maybe because there are no such qualifications, this is why we're seeing all the problems that we see. Reddit is a $50 billion company that moderators have power over. Maybe not as much power as an overly invested, egotistical power mod as myself might like to believe, but power nonetheless. And most Reddit moderators are completely unqualified, biased, power hungry, and are doing a bad job. And Reddit isn't doing anything to fix it. Maybe it should.
But I guess what he didn't understand was that's what all the mods previously were accusing him of doing. So it's kind of like, okay, you just proved their point, dude. And to be fair, Reddit has had recurring issues with moderator overreach for years now. For example, just a couple of months before this whole situation, a single mod on the r/art subreddit locked the entire community after an artist posted about selling their own prints. And apparently they only reopened the subreddit after Reddit staff stepped in. So even though some of the points Dale was making could be true, I'm not sure he's the right messenger. And that's when he made things even worse, because he decided to call Congress. Literally. Dude, what are they gonna do? What? I guess the second he realized there was some sort of backlash and the videos maybe weren't landing the way he probably expected, he uploaded a video talking about the 4 levels of irony, which sounds a little bit like a pivot to me, but, then a month later, he starts calling Congress. Again, what are they going to do? You are a Reddit mod. Ex-Reddit mod. What does Congress have anything to do with a Reddit mod. Like, if you want to be a Reddit mod so bad, just make your own subreddit. But in February, almost a whole month after this video, Stale started posting a series of videos making phone calls to government officials.
Oh my God.
Now, to understand why that even happened, back in November, executives from Reddit, Twitch, Discord, and Steam had been called on the front of the House Oversight Committee for a closed-door session about extremist content on their platforms. Those sessions were transcribed, and the transcripts are supposed to be released to the public at some point. So Stale had decided to try to make that happen by himself.
Let's make the call.
The House Committee on Oversight and Government.
Hi, I'm calling back about getting some transcripts for an unreleased kind of event that happened. There was meetings with companies like Twitch and Discord, and were these ever released? This is about a couple months ago. Somebody told me to call back today.
So apparently, after being removed from the subreddit, he convinced himself that the closed-door meeting transcripts might contain something significant, possibly discussions about the platform moderation that hadn't been made public yet. So he started treating them less like common government records and more like hidden evidence to help him make a case for himself somehow. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand his mission. But he called for 3 consecutive days, working his way through different staffers and officials each time, asking them to release what he was calling the Twitch and Reddit files. And at least by the 3rd day, someone told him the committee was aware of his request and we're looking into it.
Hi, I'm calling back to see about an update of something that I called about previously. Some meetings with internet companies like Twitch and Reddit, and I think people forgot to release the transcripts.
I believe you told the staffer Peter.
Yep.
I believe, and we got back with the team, and they are aware of that. So that's the update I have for you now, but they are aware.
Okay, so they are aware. Were they, just to ask, did they forget before, or like, was it just like in the works, or is they just were working on it?
They'll release them when they're fucking ready to. Oh my God. In about 10 years, he's going to look like Homer Simpson, if he doesn't already look like Homer Simpson now. All his hair is just going to be like here, with that little it's going to have that horseshoe gimmick, and then there's just going to be that one little patch up top. He's got the Homer Simpson body, just waiting on the Homer Simpson hair.
I don't have that answer for you, but I are aware.
Awesome. So apparently, contacting the government is pretty common. But in this context, it just made it kind of funny. So in the end, Stale's situation turned out to be multiple stories, which kind of overlap that I wanted to cover. You obviously have the $1 million fan side, which doesn't make sense whatsoever. You have the moderation history. And then finally, you have all of his hypocrisy. But either way, the dude
just needs yellow skin for real.
I guess just destroyed his dream life of being a Reddit mod because he was a little bit too power hungry.
Making my brain hurt. Don't! Alright. Well, I don't know why, but I am starting to feel a little tired. So I may or may not need to take a little nap over here. But so this is where I am going to cut the stream off today. I appreciate everybody who did come in to watch. Kason, as always, Random Gamer, as always. Kai, thank you very much for stopping in. I just got a notification that he's doing his own stream, so yeah, I'll talk to you later, Kason, and I will see you on the stream tomorrow. You too.